Today's Wild with Tom Miranda is presented by Matthews. Catch us if you can.
West Texas hog hunt. And we're just gonna sit here and let it get dark and see what happens. A lot of hogs in the area, and we're gonna try to thin out a few.
As the moon rises over a coal-black landscape, the mysterious animals of the night rise up from their homes. Under this cover of darkness, scavengers are on the move, and predators stalk their prey. With darkness their cloak of protection, these creatures use the night as their element of stealth and surprise. Aiding what is known as their nocturnal behavior, animals of the night are equipped with keen senses that guide them through ink-black terrain on a mission to find their next meal, sneaking in moonlit shadows. No animal is safe from the claws and jaws of the Night Stalker.
You know, there's a certain mystique to hunting at night. I don't know, maybe it's because it's taboo for most of us. We never get the opportunity to do it. It's not the type of hunt you get to do a lot of, and when you get to do it, it is a lot of fun.
In prehistory, early man was vulnerable in darkness and hid in caves from the ravages of night predators. But as technology developed first fire, then artificial light, hunters adapted and became night stalkers themselves. Adventure bow hunter Tom Miranda has traveled to West Texas to meet bow hunter Chad Stevenson. Chad is an entrepreneur and has developed a unique lighting system which allows hunters to hunt large feral hog boars at night.
I'll tell you what, Tom, this is a beautiful place. The rolling hills, and out here in West Texas we've got lots of wildflowers here in the spring, and great habitat for the wildlife. Everything out here is just, I mean, prolific. The deer out here are really good, and that's mainly what we're trying to do is hunt the deer, but the hogs have kind of taken over, and it's become a huge problem.
Well, you know, Chad, I grew up as a trapper and was eventually a government trapper in South Dakota, and trappers not only have to trap the coyotes and fox, but we were allowed to hunt them as well. And you did a lot of the hunting at night with a red light, and the light shows up the eyes of the animal as he comes into the call. Exactly. And this night hunting is exciting. I'm real excited to get the opportunity to do this hog hunt.
I'm going to show you, we've got some special feeders set up just to get on the hogs to try to keep those numbers down, and I'm going to show you one of those here in just a minute.
I'll show you this light. Looks like the turkey been in here.
So as soon as it gets dark, that's going to come on. It's going to light up this whole area, about 45-foot illumination. You can see the hogs really good with your bow or whatever gun, and you can get a good shot on them. We've killed a bunch of big hogs here. And this is a dedicated feeder just for hogs for nighttime hunting mainly.
Will this light up enough to where you don't need to use the light on your bow, or no?
Correct. Yeah, you don't need any other light. It's just nice to have a backup light, because sometimes they'll get out of the range of the light where you can't really see them.
Chad Stevenson's Elusive wildlife kill light system is really revolutionary and amazing. Just the fact that he sets up his kill stations the way he does, with the solar panels that allow these lights to be on only at dark and stay on for the entire night. He's not changing out batteries. He doesn't have feeders there. The lights aren't on. They're on all the time. And these hogs get used to it. By knowing what time the feeder's going to go off, by having the kill light there where you can see these hogs moving under it at a distance, it gives you an opportunity to get the wind right and be able to slip into range. And I think the whole strategy of what he's doing with this kill light system is amazing.
Look at that.
That's the blood tracker.
Feral pigs are becoming a huge problem in the U.S. Introduced by the Spanish in the 1500s, the pig population is now estimated at more than 5 million wild hogs living in 3/4 of the states, and are reported to cause nearly $1.5 billion in damage every year. Texas holds the largest number of feral pigs of any state, half, with populations expected to triple over the next 5 years. Matthews Territories Wild with Tom Miranda is presented by Cuddyback Digital, faster trigger speed, by Nikon, the trusted name in optics, by Bill Jordan's Realtree, family, friends, and the outdoors, by Superslam.org, home of the amazing Super Slam Big Game Raffle. Log on now. By Slay. Welcome to the world of precision scent control. And by Matthews. Catch us if you can. Feral hogs are highly adaptive animals, and their expense is ever growing. Already thriving in 35 states, including New York, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Because of their growing numbers, the wild hog is an unregulated animal and can be harvested year-round with no limitations. Feral hogs have spread across the southern U.S. and have adapted especially well in Texas. Scientists at Texas A&M University have mapped the feral hog expansion across 134 million Texas acres, which totals to approximately 79% of the state.
We have what's called indigenous animals and non-indigenous. An indigenous animal would be like, in the U.S., a white-tailed deer, a mule deer, an elk. They live here and they have their place in the habitat. A non-indigenous animal is something that's introduced from somewhere else. And this animal can tax the habitat, and thus it impacts the indigenous animals.
Wild hogs are very destructive because litter numbers are often high and the piglets grow quickly. A few feral hogs can grow into a mob of crop eaters and pasture rooters. Large sows can grow to 400 pounds and are often aggressive when protecting their young, making nighttime walks in hog country dangerous.
And this is why the game department has this all-out battle with these non-indigenous wild hogs, or feral hogs as we call them. We can hunt them anytime, anywhere, with any method, day or night, and it's to try to limit the populations, to try to help eradicate these animals so that they're not putting so much pressure on our indigenous species.
These hogs never stop 24/7. They're just tearing this place up. They're running our deer off. So we've set some feeders up just to try to combat these hogs. And because they're nocturnal, most of them are only coming out at night. So that's about the only way we've been able to actually get the numbers down.
There is a place in the world for hogs. In Africa, we have the warthog, we have the bush pig. They're indigenous to this area. The other animals don't compete for their food, and the warthogs don't compete for the other animals' food. And that's the harmony and the balance of nature that you really look for. Let me check this out. Look at that hog. Look at that. They're ugly, aren't they? But this one's a huge one. There's no question that scouting cameras can really give you an edge when you're hunting wild hogs. The cool thing is when you're running trail cameras in Africa for like warthogs or bush pigs, you're trying to get these animals to come in daylight to the watering holes. And if you're trying to do that, you need pictures in daylight hours. But hunting over these kill lights at night, it doesn't really matter what time these animals are coming in after dark.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. I just got here to the ranch, but we're about to go out and hit a kill light setup real quick before the feeder goes off. And what I'm looking for, really, Chad, I'm looking for one more like this.
Texas bow hunter Scott York loves hog hunting. Often Scott partners up with Chad on nighttime hunts.
LEDs, baby, Shane Steele would say.
I'm going to go slip up there and see if we can get on some hogs real quick.
You know what, Chad and I, we've been hunting this region of Texas for a long time since we were kids. We've always had a great time, and we do a lot of the whitetail hunting, but really what we like to do too is hog hunting.
That was definitely smoke. was a good shot. That's awesome. That was a complete pass-through on that one.
Hogs have become such a nuisance in this part of Texas and so many other different areas too. And we really try to figure out ways to take advantage of getting closer to those hogs and being able to shoot them at night. We're using the kill lights on the bows, whether it's red, green, blue, and we're shooting those hogs at night and having a great time doing it.
I mean, we are covered up in hogs. Look, it does not spook them. This kill light does not spook them. The XLR 100. Look how bright this light is. Look at that. They're not afraid of this light at all.
Those feeders go off at night. You know, they may go off at 10, 11, 12, and 1 o'clock at night. Stalking up on those hogs and have that kill light on the end of the bow, turning that on with a pressure switch and shooting those hogs at night.
As you can tell, this is what you call a kill spot right here. Check.
The kill light strikes again. I guess you could say we had a successful night.
Hunting hogs at night with bow and arrow adds a unique element of excitement as well as difficulty. Knowing that mature boars are roaming the brush adds a spooky sense of eeriness to each stalk. And once hogs are spotted in range, finding sight pins in total darkness and making an accurate shot on a tough-to-kill animal takes finesse. Often the largest boars are nocturnal, and this fact makes trophy hog hunters prefer the cover of darkness for their hunts.
I was a government trapper, and I spent a lot of time hunting coyotes and foxes at night. And it was almost like Christmas at every stand because you didn't know what you were going to get. You didn't know what you were going to see. If you were going to see the red eyes coming through the brush, if you were going to have action. And hunting these hogs is just like that. It in fact reminds me a lot of my alligator hunt in Florida. You would think hunting alligators and hunting hogs, that really doesn't go together, but it's hunting at night, it's hunting with a light, it's spotting the eyes of the alligators on the swamp, and it's exciting.
Nice shot.
Every bend on that waterway was like Christmas because you didn't know what you were going to see, and you didn't know what you were going to get, and that makes hunting really fun.
Coming from back this way, and we'll just sneak up this trail, and then if the wind shifts, I've got a trail coming from that backside there. A great spot. The fun thing is trying to find them in there. Yeah. Chad's down there checking the feeder, and he's going to put out some scent to attract some hogs into this area. This is called the pig bowl. Now, what it is it's a cool way to actually stalk in on wild hogs. We've got the green light set up, the kill light on that feeder. And what we're going to do is we know what time it's going to go off. We'll be able to slip in here while these pigs are feeding on this and actually stalk into range. Thanks. Feeder went off.
You know, I spent 13 years going after the Super Slam in North American big game, and every hunt that I went on was a serious hunt. It was something that I knew that I needed to get in bow range and make the shot. 13 years to kill the 29 North American big game animals was a huge commitment, and it was a fantastic accomplishment. But going on these hog hunts is so much of a different feel. It's all about the fun.
feral hogs begin reproducing when they're only 6 months old and have an average of 1.5 litters per year, with each litter producing an average of 6 offspring. With the ability to dig in soft soil nearly 3 feet, small groups of wild hogs can decimate entire fields in a short time in their search for roots and insects. Although primarily categorized as omnivores, hogs have been known to feast on the eggs of quail and endangered sea turtles. Matthews Territories Wild with Tom Miranda is presented by the Pope and Young Club for the good of bow hunting, by The Block, history's toughest targets, by New Fletch APE Arrow Tails, arrow performance enhancement, shoot flatter, deeper, more accurate, by Rage Slip Cam Broadheads, leading the evolution in lethal technology, by Adventure Bow Hunter, Tom Miranda's Super Slam book and DVD, and by Matthews, catch us if you can.
For a night of hunting. It's my first time to do a nighttime Texas hog hunt, so I'm kind of excited about it. It's just getting close to 9 o'clock now. The feeders go off at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, so you get 4 or 5 chances a night, which is pretty nice.
Tom Miranda has traveled to West Texas to hunt with bow hunters Chad Stevenson and Scott York. Both Scott and Chad have perfected a system of hunting feral hogs at night with the aid of a special LED lighting unit.
All right, man.
All right, Tom, you remember I showed you exactly how to get there. It's the pig bowl. Now, this is one of the best spots. So
Yeah.
there's always something there.
Okay, man.
Shoot straight.
Okay, thanks. All right.
I think the biggest key to this whole strategy with these kill lights is the fact that they allow you an opportunity to stalk these feeders. It's perfect because you can always get the wind right, you can see if there's hogs under the feeder, and if you use your cuddy-back camera pictures and you know the big hogs are coming in after 3, don't hunt the stand, don't hunt the kill light till after 3 in the morning.
Good hit. You can see the lighted knock right there. I got about this much penetration, but it was right behind the front shoulder. It was a good hit. The arrow wagged out. 2-blade Rage Extreme. Man, that is exciting. It's one thing to sit on stand and hunt, but when you can stalk up on them like this, that is exciting hunting. Well, this is a feeder station right here, and you can see the kill light. This comes on at night and just glows down over this, and the feeder goes off at 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. You can see the corn laying down here. The levee's on this side. We snuck up the top of the levee, and the big hog was right here. The pig bowl, really good spot. He ran out this way, and you can just see the green lighted knock out there. There's my arrow right here. Yeah, there's blood all the way up to here. I think I got about this much penetration. The rest of it was spraying out. It's a 2-blade Rage Extreme. You can see I'm shooting a New Fletch. These are actually the ape tails that screw on the back end with the lighted knock setup. It's great how you can see that fly, isn't it? Just awesome. There's blood on the rock right here. Nice. Let's keep following the blood trail. Came right through here. Look at the blood. You can see how the grass is knocked down, blood sprayed on it. There he is right there. He didn't go 60 yards. Yes! Oh, yeah. Look at this. Look at this. My first ever Texas boar hog. Over 100 pounds, maybe 125 pounds. Good cutters. I'll tell you what, this is really exciting.
Shoot my first Texas hog at night, 1 o'clock in the morning. What a crazy system, huh? When I turned that light on, that hog had no idea that red light was shining on him. And we could actually see him feeding under the feeder under the green light. So you know this system works. I'd like to thank Chad and Scott here at Elusive Wildlife Technologies. What a place to come hunting and an incredible hunt. I'm gonna do a lot more of this type of hog hunting. Texas, a Lone Star State, huh? What a hog. I just love bow hunting, and this is why. You know, I think wild hogs are a blessing and a curse. I think they're a blessing to a bow hunter who loves to shoot and shoot a lot. The curse is what these animals are doing to our environment, the fact that they're chewing up all the wild habitats, and their populations are basically out of control at this point. And if you ever get the opportunity to do it, especially with these kill lights and the stalking scenario, I'd give it a try because it'll be some of the funnest hunts you've ever done.